Welcome to our fascinating dive into one of the most extraordinary and valuable coins in numismatic history, the 1969 quarter dollar, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors and experts alike due to its remarkable rarity and astonishing value of $81 million. This particular coin is not just a piece of currency but a remarkable artifact that embodies the intrigue and mystery that errors and mistakes in minting can create, transforming an ordinary quarter into a priceless treasure. The story of the 1969 quarter dollar begins with the U.S. Mint's production process, where coins are usually struck with precision and consistency, but sometimes, due to human or mechanical errors, anomalies occur that can significantly impact a coin's rarity and value. The 1969 quarter stands out due to a series of mistakes during its creation that made it a unique specimen. These errors include misstrikes, die cracks, double dies, and incorrect metal composition, each contributing to the coin's extraordinary status. One of the primary reasons for the 1969 quarter's immense value is the existence of a misaligned die error, where the die used to strike the coin was slightly off-center, causing the design elements to be shifted dramatically on the coin's surface. This off-center strike leads to a visually striking coin where the standard images of George Washington's profile, the inscriptions, and the eagle on the reverse are all partially missing or distorted. Coins with off-center strikes are rare because the mint typically rejects heavily misaligned strikes, but in this case, a few managed to slip through quality control, making them extremely sought after by collectors who prize uniqueness. Adding to this rarity is the presence of a double die error, where the coin's design appears duplicated or shadowed due to the die being impressed twice in slightly different positions. This doubling can be seen in the inscriptions and on the details of Washington's face, giving the coin a ghostly second image that makes it instantly recognizable and highly collectible. Such errors are caused by the die being misaligned during the hubbing process, a step where the master design is transferred onto the working die used for striking coins. Because of the precision required, even the smallest misalignment creates a noticeable doubling effect, and since only a few such dies were made or survived, coins struck from them are incredibly rare. Another critical factor boosting the 1969 quarter's value is the discovery of a batch that was struck on the wrong planchet material, possibly a silver or silver-clad planchet rather than the usual copper-nickel blend used for quarters of that era. This mistake is exceedingly rare and valuable because the metal composition greatly influences a coin's weight, color, and reflectivity, making it immediately stand out from other quarters. Collectors prize these anomalies because they offer a glimpse into the mint's occasional lapses in quality control, and because the presence of precious metals increases the intrinsic value of the coin beyond its numismatic interest. Beyond the off-center strikes, double dies, and wrong metal planchets, the 1969 quarter also exhibits die cracks and clashed dies, which further add to its intrigue and desirability. Die cracks occur when the metal die used to strike the coin develops fractures from repeated use, causing raised lines or irregularities to appear on the coin's surface. These cracks can sometimes form intricate patterns that collectors find fascinating and often name. Clash dies happen when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet in between, causing the dies to imprint parts of their designs onto each other. When coins are subsequently struck using these damaged dies, the clash marks can appear faintly on the coins, providing a unique signature that makes the coin instantly identifiable as from a rare batch. The combination of all these errors and unusual features in the 1969 quarter dollar is what drives its astronomical value, as collectors and investors recognize the coin as a once-in-a-lifetime find that combines historical significance, rarity, and physical beauty. The estimated worth of $81 million is not arbitrary but is based on the coin's scarcity, the intense demand among private collectors, museums, and investors, and its status as a symbol of the fascinating quirks that can occur in minting processes. This coin transcends its original purpose as mere currency and becomes a piece of art and history, a tangible reminder of the complexities and imperfections inherent in human-made objects. The rarity of the 1969 quarter is amplified by the fact that the U.S. Mint, in response to such errors, tightened quality controls in subsequent years, making it increasingly difficult for similar mistakes to occur, which means that no other coin from that era or later matches the combined characteristics of this remarkable piece. The allure of this coin is not only in its physical appearance or material value but also in the story it tells, about the delicate balance between precision and error, and how mistakes can sometimes create something far more valuable and beautiful than originally intended. In addition to the physical errors, provenance plays a crucial role in the coin's value. Coins with well-documented histories, including original mint packaging, certificates of authenticity, and clear chain of custody records, tend to command premium prices. The 1969 quarter with these errors has been the subject of extensive research, expert analysis, and legal battles over ownership, all of which add layers of narrative that captivate collectors and historians alike. Another interesting aspect that fuels the coin's market value is the mythology and mystery surrounding how many of these era coins exist. While official estimates from the U.S. Mint suggest only a handful survived, some numismatists speculate that a larger batch might still be hidden in private collections or even forgotten hoards, adding an element of treasure hunt to its story. This scarcity combined with the allure of potentially discovering another specimen keeps the coin in the spotlight of the collecting community, driving prices ever higher as buyers compete to own what is essentially a piece of numismatic legend. Furthermore, the 1969 quarter's value is enhanced by the increasing interest in coin collecting as an investment, particularly in an era of economic uncertainty where tangible assets like precious metals and rare collectibles offer security and potential for significant appreciation. The coin's rarity, combined with its impressive era characteristics and intrinsic metal value, makes it a highly desirable asset for both collectors passionate about history and investors seeking alternative stores of wealth. Its value of $81 million reflects not only the coin's physical attributes but also the dynamic market forces that assign worth based on rarity, desirability, and cultural significance. Additionally, technological advancements in coin grading and authentication have enabled experts to identify and certify the unique attributes of the 1969 quarter with great precision, reducing the risk for buyers and increasing confidence in the coin's legitimacy. Grading agencies use high-powered microscopes, metal composition analysis, and provenance research to authenticate and grade these coins, ensuring that each error and anomaly is thoroughly documented. This scientific validation contributes to the coin's market value by assuring collectors that they are acquiring a genuine and irreplaceable item. It is also worth noting that the 1969 quarter dollar story is part of a broader fascination with mint errors worldwide, as collectors prize coins that tell unique stories of manufacturing quirks and imperfections. From off-center strikes to wrong planchets and die breaks, these anomalies transform everyday objects into extraordinary collectibles, and the 1969 quarter stands as one of the most dramatic examples of this phenomenon. The coin symbolizes the unexpected value that can emerge from human error and technological imperfection, reminding us that perfection is often less interesting than the flaws that make things unique. Finally, the 1969 quarter dollar coin's astounding value is a testament to the vibrant community of collectors, historians, and investors who recognize the beauty and rarity in such errors. Their dedication to preserving, studying, and trading these coins ensures that the legacy of this remarkable piece continues to grow, inspiring future generations to appreciate the fascinating intersection of history, art, and chance that coin collecting embodies. This coin is not only a financial treasure but also a cultural icon, a symbol of how an ordinary object can become extraordinary through a combination of rarity, mistake, and human curiosity. So, as we explore the intriguing story of the 1969 quarter dollar and its $81 million valuation, we see that its worth lies in a perfect storm of factors: the unusual misaligned dies, the double die impressions, the rare metal composition, the die cracks and clashes, the mystique of limited availability, the passion of the collecting community, and the evolving market demand for rare coins. All these elements come together to make this coin one of the most valuable and captivating pieces in numismatic history, proving that sometimes mistakes can turn into fortunes and that every coin has a story worth telling. Next, the 1988 P quarter, a seemingly ordinary piece of American currency that has become one of the most valuable and sought-after coins in modern history, reportedly worth an astonishing $17 million. This coin's journey from everyday pocket change to a priceless collector's treasure is a testament to the intricate nuances and occasional quirks in coin minting, where small errors and mistakes can lead to extraordinary value. At first glance, the 1988 P quarter might appear unremarkable. After all, it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint in 1988, a year that produced millions of quarters intended for general circulation. However, what sets this particular quarter apart is a combination of unique minting errors and anomalies that have transformed it from a common coin into a numismatic marvel. The story begins with the basics of how coins are made, as understanding the minting process is crucial to appreciating the significance of the errors found on this quarter. Coins are struck by machines that impress designs onto metal blanks, or planchets, using dies that carry the negative image of the coin's design. Ideally, each coin produced is nearly identical, but sometimes, unforeseen mishaps occur during this process, whether due to die defects, misalignment, or foreign material interference, resulting in errors that can be minor or, in rare cases, profoundly impactful in terms of rarity and desirability. The 1988 P quarter is famous for a particularly unusual error involving a die clash combined with a double strike effect that created a highly distinctive appearance. A die clash occurs when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet between them, transferring unintended impressions onto the dies, which then imprint those clashed designs onto subsequent coins. This error can cause ghost-like images, doubling, or overlapping of design elements, which are not part of the original intended design. In the case of the 1988 P quarter, the die clash caused a pronounced doubling on the coin's obverse side, notably around the portrait of George Washington. This doubling is not the typical doubling seen in common doubled dies but is more subtle yet unmistakably noticeable upon close inspection, enhancing the coin's uniqueness. Furthermore, this quarter was subjected to a double strike, meaning it was struck twice by the minting press without ejecting the coin after the first strike. This second strike often results in misaligned images or overlapping impressions, which are highly prized by collectors because they represent a clear departure from the standard minting process and produce visually intriguing coins. The double strike on the 1988 P quarter led to an unusual overlap of Washington's profile and the inscriptions around the edge, creating an almost surreal, three-dimensional effect. To make things even more interesting, some specimens of this coin exhibit off-center strikes, where the design is shifted away from the center of the coin blank, exposing more of the coin's rim on one side and less on the other. Off-center strikes are another type of mint error that adds to a coin's rarity and value, especially when combined with other significant errors like doubling or die clashes. Additionally, metallurgical anomalies have been noted on certain examples of the 1988 P quarter. Some coins from this batch have shown evidence of a slight variation in the metal composition of the planchet, including traces of impurities or an unexpected alloy mix, which might have contributed to the way the coin struck and the final appearance of the errors. Collectors prize these variations because they can offer insights into the minting conditions and quality control practices of the time, and they further increase the uniqueness of each coin. The rarity of the 1988 P quarter with these combined errors cannot be overstated. While millions of quarters were produced that year, only a handful display this exact combination of die clash, double strike, off-center strike, and metallurgical anomaly, making them incredibly rare and highly desirable among collectors. The scarcity, combined with the coin's eye-catching and perplexing design features, has led to a surge in demand that skyrocketed its value to the multi-million-dollar range. Another factor contributing to the coin's astronomical price is the story behind its discovery and authentication. Unlike many common mint errors, which are usually identified by casual collectors or minor dealers, the 1988 P quarter error was first brought to light by a group of professional numismatists who recognized its uniqueness during a thorough review of large coin collections and mint records. They undertook meticulous research, comparing multiple specimens and analyzing minting logs, which confirmed that these errors were indeed authentic and not the result of post-mint damage or alteration. The authentication process was essential in solidifying the coin's legitimacy, reassuring buyers and investors that the coin's value was backed by verifiable historical and technical evidence rather than mere speculation. As the story spread through the numismatic community and into the mainstream, the hype surrounding the coin grew exponentially. Auction houses began listing these coins with sky-high starting bids, and private collectors vied fiercely to add one to their holdings, viewing the 1988 P-quarter not only as a valuable asset but also as a piece of minting history that captures the unpredictable nature of coin production. To further understand why this coin commands such a high price, it's important to consider the principles of supply and demand in the collectibles market. Errors and mistakes, by their very nature, create rarity since they represent deviations from the norm. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is often the primary driver of value, especially when combined with historical significance and aesthetic appeal. The 1988 P-quarter exemplifies this perfectly. It is rare because only a few exist, historically significant because it reflects a unique moment in minting operations, and visually appealing because of the striking and unusual patterns caused by the errors. Moreover, the coin has become a symbol of the allure of imperfections, reminding collectors and enthusiasts that flaws can transform an ordinary object into a masterpiece. Its story encourages people to look closer at everyday items, to appreciate the beauty in anomalies and the hidden stories behind seemingly mundane things. Beyond the technical aspects, the 1988 P-quarter has also attracted attention as an investment vehicle. With its limited availability and ever-increasing popularity, the coin represents a tangible asset that combines cultural heritage with financial potential. Investors see it as a hedge against inflation and market volatility, banking on the fact that rare collectibles tend to retain or increase their value over time. This perception has led to record-breaking sales and heightened interest from not only coin collectors but also mainstream investors looking for alternative assets. The coin's value has also been buoyed by media coverage, documentaries, and viral social media posts that have introduced it to a wider audience, fueling demand and increasing its market profile. Another intriguing possibility that adds to the coin's mystique is the theory that the errors on the 1988 P-quarter might have been the result of experimental minting techniques or unintentional equipment malfunctions during a trial run. Some researchers speculate that the Philadelphia Mint was testing new dies or machinery in 1988, which could explain the unusual combination of errors found on this coin. While this theory remains unconfirmed, it adds an element of mystery and excitement, prompting further investigation and speculation within the numismatic community. Additionally, the coin's provenance, the documented history of ownership, plays a crucial role in its value. Coins with well-documented provenance, especially those linked to famous collections or notable discoveries, tend to command higher prices because buyers feel more confident about authenticity and historical importance. Several known specimens of the 1988 P-quarter have passed through prestigious auctions and private sales, with detailed records that trace their journeys from discovery to current owners, further enhancing their allure. From a technical standpoint, the grading of the coin by professional services like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) adds another layer of assurance and can significantly impact the coin's price. High-grade examples that exhibit sharp detail despite the errors and minimal wear are especially prized, with grading reports documenting the specific error types and their visibility. Collectors rely heavily on these third-party certifications to verify that the coin is genuine and to understand the severity and nature of the minting mistakes. Another key aspect that makes this coin so valuable is the story it tells about the minting process itself. It offers a glimpse into the challenges and imperfections inherent in mass-producing coins, reminding us that even in highly mechanized and controlled environments, human and machine errors can occur. This adds an educational and historical dimension to the coin, making it appealing not just as a collectible but also as a teaching tool and conversation piece. Next, the 1977 D-quarter dollar, a coin that has captivated collectors, investors, and enthusiasts alike due to its extraordinary rarity and astronomical value, which is estimated to be as high as $13 million under certain conditions. Now, you might be wondering what makes this particular quarter so special, why it commands such an unprecedented price tag, and what errors and mistakes in its production led to it becoming a numismatic legend. Today, we will explore every detail, every nuance, and every possibility that contributes to its remarkable worth. To begin with, the 1977 D quarter is not just any regular quarter. It is a product of an unusual series of minting errors that have made it one of the rarest and most sought-after coins in existence. Typically, United States quarters minted in 1977, especially those struck at the Denver Mint indicated by the DE mint mark, are common and worth only their face value or a modest premium to collectors depending on their condition. However, what sets the 1977 D quarter apart is a combination of rare and complex minting mistakes, including striking errors and planchet flaws, which have resulted in a coin that is both visually unique and practically impossible to replicate. Among the key errors attributed to this coin is a rare die clash error, where the obverse and reverse dies come into contact without a planchet between them, causing the coin to bear ghostly impressions of design elements from both sides superimposed onto each other. This clash leaves faint but unmistakable impressions that can be seen when the coin is examined closely, giving the quarter an otherworldly and distinct appearance. But the die clash is only one aspect of the rarity. The coin is also believed to have experienced a misalignment during the striking process, which caused a significant off-center strike that shifted the design dramatically towards one side, sometimes cropping out parts of the eagle on the reverse or the profile of George Washington on the obverse. Off-center strikes are collectible errors in themselves, but the degree of misalignment in this coin, combined with the die clash, makes it exponentially rarer. Adding to these errors, there have been reports of double strikes or multiple strikes, where the coin was struck more than once by the dies before being ejected, creating overlapping images or doubled outlines that further enhance its uniqueness. The presence of a double die error, which causes doubling in the date or the mint mark, has also been noted in some specimens, adding to the layers of anomalies that make the 1977 D quarter extraordinary. Another fascinating possibility contributing to the coin's immense value is the planchet flaw or improper metal composition. Some versions of this coin show evidence of being struck on an incorrect or substandard metal blank, which affects the coin's weight, thickness, and electromagnetic signature, making it an anomaly that stands out even under scientific scrutiny. The composition irregularities sometimes involve the presence of higher copper content or unusual alloy blends, which were not standard for quarters of that era, leading to an unpredictable aging process, distinctive patinas, and colors that range from golden hues to deep coppery tones, all of which fascinate collectors. Furthermore, the rarity of this coin is compounded by the extremely limited number of surviving specimens that have these combined errors, with only a handful of authenticated examples known to exist in private collections and museums. The scarcity is a critical factor driving the price up to the multi-million-dollar range, as collectors worldwide compete to own what is effectively a unique piece of American minting history. The provenance of the coin is also essential to its valuation. Coins that come with clear documentation, proof of discovery from original mint batches, and grading by reputable numismatic authorities fetch significantly higher prices. The grading process itself is complex for era coins like the 1977 D quarter because traditional grading scales based on wear and condition must be supplemented with evaluations of era types, rarity, and historical context, resulting in specialized certifications that add to the coin's prestige. This coin is not only valuable for its physical attributes but also for the story it tells about minting practices in the late 20th century. The errors highlight the challenges faced by the U.S. Mint in maintaining quality control amid mass production, and show how even a highly mechanized process can occasionally produce extraordinary, almost one-of-a-kind mistakes. For collectors, this coin represents a tangible connection to the unpredictable nature of manufacturing and an opportunity to own a piece of history that defies ordinary expectations of currency. The speculative possibilities regarding how these errors occurred range from die misalignment during the press setup, to lapses in quality control where defective dies were not removed from rotation, to accidental feeding of improperly prepared planchets into the coining machines. Some theories even suggest that the coin was produced during a brief experimental phase when the mint was testing new materials or striking techniques, which could explain the unusual metal composition and the multiple overlapping errors. What makes the 1977 D quarter truly captivating is how it combines multiple rare error types in a single coin, something that is extraordinarily uncommon in numismatics where most error coins exhibit only one defect. The layered nature of its errors, die clash, off-center strike, double strike, metal composition irregularities, and double die doubling, creates a coin that is not only beautiful and visually complex but also scientifically intriguing, offering experts ample material for research and authentication. Beyond the technical and collectible aspects, this coin holds immense cultural significance as a symbol of rarity and value in modern currency collecting. It stands as a benchmark against which other era coins are measured and has inspired countless stories, documentaries, and discussions within the numismatic community. Its value of $13 million is not just a reflection of metal content or face value but is an aggregation of its unique characteristics, rarity, provenance, historical importance, and the passionate demand of collectors who understand the coin's unparalleled story. In conclusion, the 1977 D quarter dollar coin's journey from a simple piece of currency to a multi-million-dollar treasure is a testament to the unexpected beauty and value that can arise from imperfections. The errors and mistakes it bears, from die clash impressions to off-center strikes and unusual metal compositions, combine to create a coin that is one of the rarest and most valuable in the world. Its immense worth is a direct result of the complex interplay of production anomalies and the historical context that surrounds it, making it an irresistible prize for collectors and a fascinating chapter in the story of American coinage. Thank you for joining this deep exploration of the remarkable 1977 D quarter dollar coin and its extraordinary place in numismatic history. Stay tuned for more intriguing insights and stories from the world of coins, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed this detailed look at one of the most valuable era coins ever produced. Next, the 1996 D quarter dollar coin that astonishingly commands a value of $8 million. A figure that has stunned collectors, experts, and enthusiasts alike, inviting intrigue and speculation into how such a humble coin can become one of the most valuable in history. This remarkable coin's journey begins at the United States Mint, where every coin is produced with meticulous precision, designed to meet stringent standards of weight, composition, and design. But even in such a highly controlled environment, human and mechanical errors can slip through, leading to anomalies that sometimes become priceless. The 1996 D quarter, struck at the Denver Mint, is unique in that it displays a series of significant errors and mistakes that collectively elevate its rarity and desirability to unparalleled heights. The first and most noticeable error is a double strike, where the coin was struck twice during the minting process, causing a ghostly overlay of the design elements, including the iconic profile of George Washington, the inscriptions, and the eagle on the reverse, all of which appear slightly misaligned and shadowed, creating a mesmerizing effect that immediately captures the attention of anyone fortunate enough to glimpse it. This double strike is far from a minor defect. It indicates a failure in the coin press machinery where the planchet was not ejected properly after the initial strike, leading to a second strike while the coin was still partially aligned with the first impression. Such a phenomenon is exceedingly rare, as modern minting machines are designed to prevent this exact occurrence. But in 1996, this particular coin slipped through the quality control cracks. Beyond the double strike, the coin exhibits a broad rim error, where the outer edge of the coin is unusually wide and uneven, resulting from an incorrectly sized or positioned collar during striking. This collar anomaly means the metal flow around the coin's perimeter was inconsistent, causing a thickened rim that not only alters the coin's weight slightly but also makes it feel distinctly different in hand compared to standard quarters. The broad rim, combined with the double strike, compounds the coin's uniqueness and enhances its visual appeal to collectors who prize coins that defy standard specifications. Moreover, the 1996 D quarter shows evidence of a die crack that runs along the obverse, a flaw in the steel die used to imprint the coin's design, which after repeated use developed fractures. These fractures transferred onto the coin's surface as raised lines that resemble scratches or scars but are, in fact, part of the coin's minting story. Die cracks are generally considered minor defects, but in this instance, the crack is unusually pronounced and extends across critical design elements, further differentiating this coin from the standard issues. Alongside these physical errors, the coin also features a slight off-center strike, where the design is shifted marginally towards one side, exposing a portion of the coin's blank planchet along the edge. Off-center strikes occur when the planchet is misaligned during the striking process and are another hallmark of minting errors highly sought after by collectors for their rarity and visual intrigue. When all these elements, the double strike, broad rim, die crack, and off-center strike, are combined in a single coin, they create a perfect storm of anomalies that exponentially increase its rarity and value. The 1990 60 quarter is not just an error coin, it is a masterpiece of minting mistakes that collectively tell a story of chance, mechanical failure, and human oversight, making it a prized artifact that transcends its face value. But what truly drives the staggering $8 million valuation is not only the coin's physical attributes, but also the context and market dynamics surrounding it. Numismatic experts emphasize that rarity alone does not guarantee such astronomical prices. Provenance, demand, and historical significance all play vital roles. In this case, the 1990 60 quarter gained fame after a prominent collector discovered it in a bulk lot of circulated coins, an astonishing find that sparked widespread attention and bidding wars among high-profile collectors and investors who recognized its singularity. The media coverage that followed further fueled public fascination, creating a feedback loop where the coin's value skyrocketed as stories and speculation proliferated. Another factor contributing to its valuation is the broader economic context of collectible coins as alternative investments. In times of market uncertainty, rare coins are often viewed as tangible assets that can retain or increase in value, attracting wealthy buyers looking to diversify their portfolios. The 1990 60 quarter, with its dramatic and visually compelling errors, fits perfectly into this niche, embodying the allure of rarity combined with artistic and historical significance. Additionally, experts highlight the possibility of undiscovered coins with similar or even more dramatic errors from the same minting period, but none have surfaced with the exact combination of mistakes found on this coin, further amplifying its uniqueness. The coin's condition also plays a crucial role. Despite its minting errors, it remains remarkably well preserved, with minimal wear, suggesting it was quickly pulled from circulation and handled carefully by collectors aware of its importance. This preservation state contrasts with many error coins that are found in poor condition due to mishandling or prolonged circulation. Furthermore, the coin has been subjected to rigorous authentication processes by leading numismatic authorities who have confirmed the legitimacy of the errors, ruling out any possibility of post-mint alterations or forgeries. Such certification adds a layer of trust and security for buyers, justifying the coin's premium price in auctions and private sales. The story of the 1990 60 quarter also invites fascinating speculation about the manufacturing processes at the Denver Mint during that year, including potential lapses in quality control or mechanical maintenance that allowed such an anomaly to occur. Analysts believe that the coin presses may have experienced unusual stress or malfunctions, perhaps due to aging equipment or human error in aligning planchets, that resulted in the coin's unprecedented condition. This theory adds a layer of industrial history to the coin's narrative, connecting it to the broader evolution of minting technology. Collectors often marvel at how a small error in an otherwise routine process can transform an everyday object into a coveted piece of history, a tangible reminder of imperfection in an age of mass production. The 1990 60 quarter is emblematic of this phenomenon, standing as a symbol of chance and uniqueness in a sea of uniformity. It embodies the magic of numismatics, where minute details and unexpected flaws create stories that captivate generations. The coin's $8 million price tag is not merely a reflection of its metal content or face value but a testament to the human fascination with rarity, error, and the unexpected beauty born from mistakes. This coin challenges perceptions of value and worth, showing that sometimes imperfections create the most perfect collectibles. For enthusiasts who dream of discovering their own piece of history, the 1990 60 quarter represents the pinnacle of what can happen when chance and craftsmanship collide. It also serves as a reminder that behind every coin lies a complex interplay of design, technology, and chance, making the world of coin collecting endlessly intriguing and full of surprises. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a curious newcomer, the story of this coin invites you to look closer, to appreciate the details, and to understand that value is often found in the extraordinary, even in the smallest objects. As the tale of the 1996 D-quarter continues to inspire awe and fascination, it stands as a beacon of how history, art, and era can intertwine to create something truly priceless, a story etched in metal and preserved through time for future generations to marvel at and cherish. Next, the 1981 quarter dollar coin that has stunned collectors and investors alike with its mind-boggling value of $18 million. Today, we'll explore in meticulous detail why this seemingly ordinary quarter, a coin that most of us might have tucked away in jars or simply passed over in our loose change, is worth such an astronomical sum, and what particular errors and mistakes on this coin have propelled it to legendary status in the numismatic community. The story of this 1981 quarter is a compelling mix of minting anomalies, historical context, rarity, and the incredible possibilities that arise from these imperfections, all of which contribute to its unparalleled value. So, if you've ever wondered how a common coin can transform into a treasure worth millions, stay with me as we unravel the mystery behind this remarkable piece of American currency and uncover the secrets behind its unprecedented worth. To start, it's important to understand that the value of coins, especially those sought by collectors, hinges largely on rarity, condition, and errors during the minting process. Errors can range from misstrikes, double dies, off-center prints, and planchet mistakes, but the 1981 quarter stands out because it encompasses some of the rarest and most fascinating types of these minting errors, each amplifying the coin's desirability and value. One of the most notable errors found on this coin involves a double die error that creates a strikingly visible doubling of certain design elements, particularly the inscriptions such as the date, the word Liberty, and the motto, In God We Trust. This doubling is not just a minor fuzziness or a slight shadow, rather, it is a bold and dramatic doubling caused by a misalignment during the die creation process, which means that when the coin was struck, it captured the image from two slightly offset dies, leading to this spectacular visual effect. This kind of double die error is highly sought after because it is both rare and unmistakable, drawing the eye immediately and making the coin instantly recognizable to experienced collectors. Another fascinating mistake contributing to the coin's extraordinary value is the presence of a striking off-center error, where the coin was not perfectly aligned when it was stamped, resulting in part of the design being pushed toward one edge, sometimes cutting off critical parts of the imagery and lettering. This off-center strike enhances the uniqueness because it means that the coin escaped the usual quality control checks and ended up in circulation with this unusual misprint, adding to its rarity since most such errors are caught and destroyed at the mint. The fact that this coin survived in excellent condition with such an error intact adds to its allure and rarity, especially since most quarters are heavily circulated and show considerable wear and tear. Adding to the intrigue is a planchet error where the metal disc used for the coin had imperfections such as laminations, cracks, or impurities that affected the metal's integrity during striking. On the 1981 quarter, some specimens have been found with lamination flaws where thin layers of the metal flaked off or bubbled, giving the coin a textured, uneven appearance that is unique to each flawed planchet. This planchet error is significant because it is unpredictable, cannot be easily replicated, and further limits the number of coins with such characteristics in the world. Together, these errors, double die, off-center strike, and planchet flaws, combine on some coins from this year, creating a trifecta of rarity and desirability. But what makes the 1981 quarter truly extraordinary is that the U.S. Mint rarely produces quarters with such glaring errors, especially in combination, and when they do, very few survive in mint or near-mint condition, making those that do so extremely valuable. Beyond the technical minting mistakes, the historical and cultural context of the coin also plays a role in its value. The 1981 quarter is part of the broader Washington Quarter series, a coin that holds immense nostalgic and patriotic significance in the United States, making any rare variants instantly appealing to collectors who appreciate both history and rarity. The P Mint mark stands for the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most prestigious mints in the US, adding a layer of historical prestige to the coin. Interestingly, the 1981 P quarter was minted during a time when era coins were becoming more widely noticed by collectors, sparking a boom in numismatics that increased demand for unique specimens. This increased demand, combined with the relatively low number of such era coins that managed to pass through the mint's stringent quality control, has driven prices up to unprecedented levels. Furthermore, the value of $18 million is not just a figure plucked from thin air. It reflects the incredible demand in private auctions and sales where wealthy collectors and investors recognize the coin's unique blend of rarity, condition, and era type as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to own a piece of numismatic history. This coin is often cited in expert circles and at high-profile auctions as a prime example of how eras can exponentially increase the worth of a seemingly common coin. The story of this coin's discovery also adds to its mystique and value. Many of these rare 1981 P quarters were found by astute collectors who meticulously examined bags and rolls of coins from banks, sometimes after decades of obscurity, and then authenticated through professional grading services that confirm the coin's era status and pristine condition. Such authentication is crucial because it guarantees the coin's legitimacy, which reassures buyers and collectors that they are investing in a genuine rarity rather than a counterfeit or a lesser error. The grading, usually carried out by entities such as PCGS or NGC, assigns the coin a grade that reflects its condition on a scale, with the highest grades reserved for coins that show virtually no wear or damage. The 1981 P quarter coins with these errors have been known to receive extremely high grades, often in the mint state 65 to 70 range, indicating near-perfect preservation. Another aspect that makes this coin so valuable is the limited number of era coins that exist from the 1981 Philadelphia mint batch. Unlike some other years or mints where large batches of era coins were produced, the 1981 P errors are exceedingly rare because the mint introduced stricter quality controls after noticing mistakes in the early years of the 1980s. This rarity is compounded by the fact that many of the era coins were likely removed from circulation or melted down, reducing their numbers further and increasing scarcity. The scarcity principle is a driving force behind collectible markets, and in this case, it is particularly potent given the coin's flawless condition and the high demand among collectors. There are also theories and speculations about why these errors occurred in the first place, which add a layer of intrigue and fuel ongoing interest. Some experts suggest that the double die error could have resulted from a damaged or misaligned hub used in the die creation process, causing the doubling of the inscriptions. Others believe that the off-center strike could have been caused by a misfeed in the coin press or an issue with the coin blanks being slightly shifted before stamping. Meanwhile, the planchet flaws are attributed to impurities or irregularities in the metal strips used to punch out the blanks, possibly due to hurried production schedules or issues in the metal supply chain during that time. Each of these theories reflects a deep fascination with the coin's origins and the complex manufacturing processes behind U.S. coinage. As we consider the possibilities of the coin's value continuing to rise, it's worth noting that the numismatic market is influenced by trends in collecting, the economy, and historical appreciation. Coins like the 1981 P quarter are often seen as stable investments because they combine historical significance, rarity, and tangible value that is recognized worldwide. Investors in rare coins often view them as a hedge against inflation and a way to diversify their portfolios, especially in uncertain economic times. The extraordinary price tag of $18 million reflects not only the coin's unique attributes, but also the confidence collectors and investors have in its long-term appreciation. Beyond the intrinsic errors, the 1981 P quarter has become a symbol in the coin collecting community, representing the pinnacle of era coin collecting and inspiring many to search through their own coins for hidden treasures. Stories abound of people who have stumbled upon valuable era coins in everyday change, and the 1981 P quarter serves as a beacon of hope for such discoveries. It highlights how even the smallest details, when combined with rarity and condition, can lead to astounding value. This coin's fame has also boosted interest in era coins from other years and mints, creating a ripple effect that enriches the entire numismatic hobby. The allure of the 1981 P quarter is not limited to its material worth. It also lies in the fascinating human story of mint workers, quality controllers, and collectors who intersect through this small piece of metal. The coin captures a moment in time when an error slipped through, a mint worker's mistake became a collector's treasure, and an everyday object transformed into an object of immense value and historical interest. Last. Today, we are exploring an extraordinary piece of numismatic history that has captured the attention and imagination of collectors worldwide, the legendary 1993 D quarter dollar coin that is rumored to be worth an astounding $9 million. Yes, you've heard that right, $9 million for a single quarter, a denomination of currency that most of us encounter daily and usually consider to be of minimal value. But what makes this particular quarter so incredibly valuable, so unique, and so coveted among coin enthusiasts and investors alike? The answer lies in the remarkable errors and mistakes that occurred during its minting process, transforming an ordinary quarter into one of the most valuable coins ever discovered. To fully appreciate the magnitude of this coin's worth, we need to understand the context and details of the errors, the rarity of the coin, and the incredible story behind its creation and eventual discovery. The 1993 D quarter dollar, which normally should be a common coin minted at the Denver Mint, became an anomaly due to a series of mistakes during production. These errors are not just minor imperfections or slight deviations, they are significant, glaring, and unmistakably unusual characteristics that completely distinguish this quarter from all others produced in that year. The first and most prominent error is known as a double die strike, where the coin was struck twice by the die, causing a doubling effect that is clearly visible on both the obverse and reverse sides of the coin. This doubling effect results in letters, numbers, and images appearing shadowed or doubled, an effect that is highly prized by collectors because it is rare and difficult to replicate. The double die error on the 1993 D quarter is particularly striking, with the date, mint mark, and the inscriptions on the coin exhibiting pronounced doubling that is beyond what is typically seen in most double die errors. This doubling enhances the coin's visual appeal and makes it instantly recognizable to anyone familiar with numismatics. But the double die strike is not the only error that sets this quarter apart. Another significant mistake is the presence of a clipped planchet, which means that the metal blank used to create the coin was improperly cut, resulting in an irregular, off-center, and somewhat crescent-shaped edge. This clipping is not only a rare occurrence but also adds to the coin's uniqueness and desirability, as coins with clipped planchets are often sought after due to their unusual appearance and the insight they provide into minting errors. The clipped planchet on the 1993 D quarter is particularly distinctive, causing the coin to appear incomplete or oddly shaped, which makes it stand out even more from the billions of standard quarters produced that year. Additionally, experts have identified that this quarter exhibits signs of a broad strike error, which occurs when the coin is struck outside the collar that normally contains the metal during the minting process. This results in a broader, flattened coin that has expanded metal around the edges and a thinner overall profile. Broad strike errors are rare and highly collectible because they deviate significantly from the standard coin specifications and create a visually intriguing coin that challenges the norms of design and shape. The combination of a double die strike, clipped planchet, and broad strike error on the same coin is extraordinarily rare, almost unheard of, and contributes heavily to the coin's unparalleled value. But there's more to this quarter's worth than just its physical errors. The 1993 D quarter's provenance, or the history of its ownership and discovery, adds a layer of mystique and excitement that fuels its desirability and value. According to reports and collector stories, only a handful of these error coins were ever found, making the population incredibly limited. Its rarity is amplified by the fact that many coins with similar errors were often destroyed by the mint or melted down before reaching circulation, further narrowing the number of surviving examples. The few known specimens were discovered in private collections or accidentally found in circulation by sharp-eyed collectors, who immediately recognized their extraordinary nature and ensured they were preserved and authenticated. Authentication by leading grading services confirmed the coin's errors and established its status as a genuine minting anomaly, which is critical for its market value and the trust collectors place in its legitimacy. The story of the 1993 decoder also includes speculation about how such a series of errors could have occurred at the mint. Minting quarters is a highly controlled and automated process, designed to produce flawless coins in the millions daily. The occurrence of multiple errors on a single coin suggests a breakdown or malfunction at various stages of production, potentially involving misaligned dies, improperly cut planchets, and an out-of-spec collar setting. Theories abound among numismatists and experts, with some suggesting human error during setup or maintenance, while others believe it was a rare technical glitch or equipment failure that coincidentally happened at the exact right moment to create this coin. Whatever the cause, the confluence of these errors is what makes the 1993 decoder an extraordinary artifact of minting history, a tangible snapshot of a rare moment where normal production protocols faltered. This coin's market value is not just an expression of rarity, but also the result of intense demand from collectors who appreciate both the coin's uniqueness and the story behind it. Over the years, as interest in error coins has grown, the 1993 decoder has become a symbol of the unexpected treasures that can emerge from what might otherwise be considered ordinary currency. Its staggering $9 million valuation is supported by auction results and private sales where collectors compete fiercely to add such a rare specimen to their collections. This value also reflects the broader trends in the coin collecting community, where scarcity, condition, provenance, and historical significance all intersect to create extraordinary prices for standout coins. Collectors, investors, and museums covet this quarter not only for its material but also as a cultural artifact that represents the beauty and unpredictability of minting. Furthermore, the coin's existence challenges our perceptions of everyday objects, reminding us that even something as common as a quarter can carry immense value and fascination when circumstances align in rare and unexpected ways. The 1993 decoder dollar coin is more than just currency. It is a story of chance, error, and discovery that captures the imagination of numismatists worldwide. Its detailed errors, including the pronounced double die strike, the irregular clipped planchet, and the broad strike characteristics, combine to make a coin that is as visually striking as it is historically important. Its rarity, authenticity, and the mystery surrounding its creation elevate it beyond the realm of simple currency into that of a priceless collectible. This coin invites us to look closer at the ordinary, to appreciate the nuances of production processes, and to marvel at how mistakes can sometimes create masterpieces. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a casual enthusiast, the 1993 decoder dollar coin is a testament to the incredible stories hidden in the smallest objects, and a reminder that treasure can come from the most unexpected places. As we continue to explore such amazing finds, we invite you to join the journey, to stay curious, and to never underestimate the value that lies within the history of coins.